Cut that, go back, right. Let me just check this is still fucking running. Yep, still going.
Don't waste my time telling stories. I wasted mine and endless fight.
Okay. Track 4 is Telling Stories. I think this one definitely has like that classic neck deep sound. If you're a fan of some of our older stuff or Life's Not Out to Get You, I think you'll really enjoy this song. Cool little Easter egg, because we all love eggs. The intro, it says, okay, it's time to get it straight with you. I'm trying to tell a truth or two, be honest. I've been feeling like a ton of bricks. I can be such a prick. I'm sorry. Thanks for being here. Nobody ever listens to me. So, if you don't even have to listen carefully. It's very obvious, but what we did, we used a plugin called a Little Altar Boy, I think it's called, and it's basically a vocal plugin that you can get for any sort of audio interface. Ultimately, we use that to make me sound like a girl. So split on the far right or the far left, I can't remember which way they're panned out, but on one side you have my voice and obviously, you know, giving the male perspective, but panned the other side you have this female voice, and there's actually a subtle difference in lyrics where Jet says, I can be such a prick, Alice says, I can be such a bitch.
I can be such a prick. I can be such a prick. I can be such a bitch.
You know, this is meant to be the first time that Jet and Alice have spent some meaningful time together and managed to build on that connection and actually figured out that like they share a lot in common with the way that they see the world and the way that they feel about the world. And this is them really opening up to each other and kind of just taking another step towards, you know, with their relationship. Not that they're, you know, I would always picture they weren't in one yet, but whatever, interpret it how you want. Also with this song, we get introduced to two sort of like auxiliary characters who are Jack and Emily. I think what they're meant to kind of represent here is that picture perfect image that people like to put out there of themselves, like kind of on the internet and whatever else, you know. You're looking at a girl like Emily who, well, let's see, it says, Emily loves her job and she loves her healthcare. She says it feels good to love just a little bit of yourself. I know she's right, but it's hard to tell because I wouldn't know how it feels. What I'm trying to say there is like, I kind of what the whole point of the story is, or this song is, sorry, is that, you know, it's all well and good having somebody whose life is amazing and perfect telling you that just to love yourself and, you know, everything's great. They're telling stories. I'm sick of hear like people telling me stories and not necessarily trying to help, but just giving me anecdotes of their side of things, and everyone's situation is different, you know, and it's hard to love yourself. Fuck me, I went self then. Stop. Okay. So, you know, it's all well and good when somebody is telling you to love yourself, but if you don't feel like you can love yourself, that it really kind of means nothing, and you know, it's not as easy as just being told to do it by somebody with followers, you know. We also get introduced to Jack, who, you know, I feel like represents that kind of like picturesque, perfect male, good body, probably eccentric and you know, extroverted, and is probably fairly successful. This kind of example of what you couldn't be. I bet, you know, you can imagine that kind of thing being shoved down your throat the second you look anywhere. But it's kind of looking again more at the human aspect, looking behind that. You know, perfection isn't always necessarily perfect, basically, you know, because it goes on and says here, so Jack didn't know shit, he got far, but he didn't know where to quit, showing off, but he's got to get a grip. Jack just can't live without it. Don't be a man about it now. Hold it. If you hold it in, you got to let it out. You got to help yourself and put the bottle down. So, you know, it's saying behind every perfect person is a lot of imperfections. You know, they might be struggling with all sorts. In this case, they're struggling with an alcohol dependency, and just shows that you shouldn't always believe what you see on face value and aspire to be exactly that, because perfection isn't necessarily even real. Again, this is one of my favorite choruses. I just really love the saying, don't waste my time telling stories. I've wasted mine, an endless fight. Now it's been 10 years standing at the bus stop. Never had a real job, never had anything on a plate. It's a shame. It's not the things you know, it's the friends you make. And yeah, it's just showing you, you know, why are you giving me anecdotes about how your life has gone and how your life is so great now that you just did this one thing and started loving yourself. It's like not that simple when you've been 10 years standing at the bus stop, never had a real job, never had anything on a plate. And so yeah, I think it's Jet and Alice confiding in each other, feeling the same way about things and kind of sharing each other's despair and just taking their relationship to that next level of connection. And also, again, looking at the world around them and the people in it.
It's not the picture